صلى الله وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الإخوة والأخوات أيها الأعزاء، السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بداية نهدي إلى أرواح الشهداء الذين سقطوا هذه الأيام في البحرين وفي اليمن وفي ليبيا وفي كل مكان من العالم الإسلامي، ثواب السورة المباركة الفاتحة مسبوقة بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أحسنتم. بداية لابد أن نؤكد على أننا عندما نهتم بأمور المسلمين فهذا ليس تدخلا في شؤون أحد، وإنما هو استجابة لحديث رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الذي قال لنا: من أصبح أو أمسى ولم يهتم بأمور المسلمين فليس بمسلم. The basic foundation of Islam is being a nation, not being groups, not being tribes, rather feeling the brotherhood and feeling the oneness, or being a one community, like described in the tradition of the Prophet ﷺ as one body. When some parts of the body feels the pain, the rest of the parts should feel the same pain. This is the description of المؤمنون. مثل المؤمنين في توادهم وتراحمهم كمثل الجسد الواحد إذا ما اشتكى منه عضو تداعت سائر الأعضاء بالسهر والحمى. If we're not feeling such pain, that means there is a problem in the nerve system. If we're talking about the physical body, if we talk about the body of a community, that means there is a problem in the system of belief. We should evaluate and re-evaluate our beliefs. Why? Because most of the time we keep repeating that we belong to such country, we belong to such group, we belong to such madhab. So sometimes, willingly or unwillingly, we will feel that we are sticking to the idea of being Iraqis, of being Lebanese, of being Canadian. No, we do admit that we live in countries. We do admit that we have tradition and culture within these countries and groups and families. But these traditions and cultures should not prevent us to belong to the ummah, to the nation, the wider nation, and feeling the brotherhood, feeling that we are connected to one body which represent the Muslim ummah. This is the problem of some youth now, that they might not recognize the difference between the need of creating groups and sometimes holding flags which represent your local community, and the need of keeping our minds and feelings wide open for the common goals that makes you feel that you're not isolated, you're not living alone, you're not trying to consider yourself as a superior existing to others. So what happened to others, I don't care. What the others are suffering, it's not my business. And then by time passing, we are dividing the Muslim Ummah that the Quran described as the one Ummah to sects, nations, nationalities, and then we feel the weakness because we're not working together, we're not fighting together, we're not standing up together, and everyone would have his own agenda. So in this introduction, I'd like to insist again and again that in our belief, in our feelings, we have to believe, we have to feel that we are one Ummah, one nation. This is the wider community of Muslims, regardless of the color, of the sects, of the language. And you'd better feel it, you'd better understand the meaning than the others, because you're living in a very mixed community, very mixed country like Canada, where you meet different peoples from different walks of life, from different backgrounds. So you will touch by your heart, by your mind, by your, facing others who are coming from different backgrounds than you. If I speak these words to those Muslims who live in the countries where all coming from the same background, from the same color, from the same language, they might not feel it easy for them to understand the meaning of gathering a nation, a large nation, a big nation, under the banner of Islam. Yes, it's okay to, to be, feeling that you are very, let's say, pro in your feeling and your support for your soccer team, for your national soccer team. It doesn't mind. It doesn't, oppose the Islamic doctrine. It's not a problem to prefer and to consider your country, your back home, your family, your own friends as being the best people and the best country on the earth. But to the limit that this kind of feelings and thinking should not prevent you from admitting others, from accepting others, from feeling the connection with the rest of the people around you. Otherwise, you will be ending worshipping idols that it's not the status that the old Arabs used to put in the in the Kaaba. No, the people are smart enough these times not to create status from wood or from dates and eat them after a while. No, they are very smart. That's why they might worship other kind of status and idols, like country, people, stars, very famous people that you would love them to the extent that you cannot sleep and close your eyes till the last clink would be their pictures, their songs, their sayings. You're living in an atmosphere where your bedroom, it's full of their pictures and sayings and signs. This is a kind of worshipping, because you're putting all your attention and feelings and attraction to such idea or personality. In Islam, say no, everything should be aligned with the greater goals, with the greater ideas, which is worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and working for the betterness and advancing of the community. So that's why in the Holy Quran it would be mentioned many times, إن هذه أمتكم أمة واحدة وأنا ربكم فاعبدون. This is the foundation of Islam. Now it comes the sectarian problem, Sunni, Shia, others. It comes the nationalities problems, like you belong to a country. While we forget that during the Prophet's time, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, during the Imam's time, alayhi salam, there were no countries and borders. It came after the British and French colony of the Muslim world, that before the withdrawal of the British and the French, they sat together and divided this Muslim world into countries, into borders, taking into consideration that these people are having, something in common, like tradition, language, accent, or sometimes, some, things that they might enjoy together, they might do together as folklore, as something inherited from the old families. But still, even if we admit such borders, if we try to live with it, it shouldn't divide our beliefs, our hearts, our feelings, because it would controverse with the idea of being one ummah, worshipping one God. So the necessity of living in a modern states where you have passport and borders and citizenship, it doesn't mean that you give up your ideology, you give up your sincere feelings toward your brothers and sisters in Islam. It doesn't mean that you should only think about the events taking place in your own country. Otherwise, what about man asbaha wa amsa? What about the saying of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, man sami'a munadiyan yunadi ya lil muslimin falam yujibhu falaysa bi muslim. Even if someone is calling upon you for any kind of help and you're denying him or her, you're not belonging to such ummah, you're not belonging to such religion, because this is against your own belief, that you're not living for yourself, you're not living for your selfishness, you're not living for your own desires, you're not only living to fulfill your own lust, you're living to be a part of the larger nation, the Muslimin. فهذا ليس تدخلا في شؤون أحد، وإنما هو استجابة لحديث رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الذي قال لنا من أصبح أو أمسى ولم يهتم بأمور المسلمين فليس بمسلم. The basic foundation of Islam is being a nation, not being groups, not being tribes, rather feeling the brotherhood and feeling the oneness, or being a one community, like described in the tradition of أحسنتم. بداية لابد أن نؤكد على أننا عندما نهتم بأمور نهدي إلى أرواح الشهداء الذين سقطوا هذه الأيام في البحرين وفي اليمن وفي ليبيا وفي كل مكان من العالم الإسلامي، ثواب السورة المباركة الفاتحة مسبوقة بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الإخوة والأخوات أيها الأعزاء، السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بداية